Obi. Thanks for coming on Mo's Box today.
No problem, no problem.
Though we were talking about this for a while. I wanted you to come on. You want to talk about dreams. So where do you want to start?
I don't know. Let's start about
What did you dream about last night?
last night. Some sort of earthquake.
Earthquake. Oh, wait, we were watching Doctor Strange last night.
Yeah, we were watching Doctor Strange, and I was having a dream according to the sound of Doctor Strange I was having. Like, there was a whole action scene. Things were blowing up and everything, and I was dreaming that I was in an earthquake and whatnot.
No, dreams are funny things. I remember when I was watching Inception the first time, and after I finished watching Inception, I was having a dream. So I was in Montreal North in my car, and then I was driving, and then all of a sudden I was parking my car. So I reversed and I hit a cop car. I was like, oh, what the hell? I was like, I'm a good driver, and like I'm not sounding cocky, but I know I'm a good driver. So I'm like, what did I hit a cop car? So the cop came out of the car, like, get out of the car. And I was like, this has to be a dream. It didn't make no sense. So then later I started, for some reason, instead of driving off, I started running. So I ran into the laneway. As I was running the laneway, I'm like, this has to be a dream. This has to be a dream. I'm like, I just watched Inception. I need to find a chair. Like, so magically a chair popped up in the laneway. I got to the chair and I, fell backwards and boom, I woke up. I was like, oh my God, that really worked.
That's just simply from watching Inception.
I know, but it's funny,
It's like that's what made you look for that chair.
I didn't look for that chair, honestly, or other than that, I'd be running away from the cops the whole time till I woke up.
But you think you were aware that you were looking for a chair, or
yeah,
or were you like, I'm gonna look for a chair because I watched Inception, or did it just happen that you found a chair and you?
No. I was like, I'm gonna make a chair appear because I watched Inception.
Oh, okay.
I knew if a chair came out, I just have to sit on the chair and go fall backwards, and I'll wake up.
Okay, you just wanted to wake up.
I just want to wake up because I didn't want to run away from the cops forever.
Okay. So you knew it was a dream, right?
I knew it was a dream, but I'm like, I can't wake up. I was trying to wake myself up.
But the thing is, once you know it's a dream, you're supposed to be able to control it into a lucid dream where you could kind of fly when you want to and glide.
Yeah, and but at that moment, I couldn't really control it completely. I was just like, okay, I need to run away from the cops somehow. And this is a dream, everyone, if you're still listening. So, so then the chair appeared because I needed it to appear. But then that's how I was able to wake up. Other than that, like, I think I would continue dreaming till I got shot or something.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Like, I think the reason why I'm kind of afraid of driving is because I'm having this reoccurring nightmares of like getting into a car accident and people are like relying on me or something. I had like this reoccurring nightmare where I was like a bus driver and and I had to like bring them from point A to B, like some shady looking bridge. And for some reason, this woman with a carriage, like, what doesn't make sense. It's like a bridge out of nowhere. Why is she crossing the bridge from going to side to side, but just nothing to go to? But so I tried avoiding the woman, and I ended up falling off the bridge and like killing everyone.
I'm like, oh man, and how often do you have this dream?
No, I was having it often, but the thing is, if I think about it now, it might have been because you see, like, one of my friends was a bartender at a bus station, a Greyhound bus station, and I used to hang out there all the time, getting free drinks and whatnot. I think that's why I got that dream about
being a bus driver.
That's what I think. Because I wonder, like practically every day, I'm like,
why am I a bus driver?
Early 20-something, and it's like free liquor. All right, let's do it.
No, I remember, like, now I don't have nightmares like before. I remember when I was younger, I used to have nightmares all the time. Not all the time, but every so often, right? And just one day you would have good dreams, one day you would have bad dreams. But one of the scariest dreams I had was, I think I was around 10 years old, and the movie Ring came out. And it was a Sunday night. I remember I was with all my friends, that I went to elementary school with, and we were all there watching. Me, I didn't want to watch the movie because I'm afraid of scary movies. So I'm just like, no, I don't want to watch it. So I'm like, let's play Legos. And then it was me, my brother, and my friend, and we were playing Legos together. But everyone was in the other room, like my friend's older brothers and their friends were watching The Ring. But then Riku was like this, I'm gonna go watch The Ring. And then so he went to watch it, and I didn't want to watch it. I was scared. And so my friend, stayed with me because he was a good friend. He's like, but I could see that he wanted to watch the movie too. So I'm like, fine, let's go watch the movie together. So we all went to watch The Ring. And so we're watching The Ring. I'm like, oh my God, man. Like, I'm scared. I don't know. It's just, I was really terrified. I'm like, I don't want to watch this movie, but I watched the whole freaking movie. And so after that movie, we were joking about it. It was raining too that day, and we are all joking about it and laughing about The Ring. I'm like, oh yeah, man, it's a funny movie. I'm not scared. Trying to all attack tough and everything. But later that night, when I went to sleep, all of a sudden, I'd wake up in the middle of the night and I see the girl from The Ring in front of my bed. I was like, oh my god, what the hell?
Like you wake up and you see it?
Yeah, yeah. I'm awake and I know I'm in my room and I see the girl from The Ring.
Oh,
right.
that's a sleep paralysis. It's not. That's not really a dream. That's something. That's something else.
But whatever, it was scary, man.
Yeah.
And I see the girl from The Ring right in front of my bed. I'm like, oh my god. And then I wake up. Okay. Then I walk to my parents' room and I just sit down in the corner of their bed. And my parents be like, is everything all right? I'm like, yeah, I'm just checking if you guys are okay. And they're like, okay. And then I go back to my bed and go to sleep. And this went on for 7 days in a row. Like, I'm not even effing with you.
7 days? Like the movie?
7 days, man. It went on for 7 days in a row. I was like, oh, goddamn, man.
You have 7 days to live.
Basically.
How does it go?
Yeah. And then, you get the phone call, 7 days. And like, what the hell? So I was terrified as crap. I was like, oh, shit. And then later, so my parents didn't know we watched a scary movie. And so my brother, he was younger than me, like 2 years younger. So he would end up sleeping with my parents that night. But my parents didn't understand why he would end up going to their bed. But it was because of watching that scary movie. And then finally, he ended up telling all my parents that he watched a scary movie and he's getting these nightmares. So my parents blame me why did you let your brother watch the movie? I'm like, no, I didn't.
How young was he?
So I was 10. So Rico was probably around 8.
8. Okay.
Yeah. So 8 or 7. And then I was like, and then I told my parents, I'm like, no, I didn't make it. I didn't make him watch the movie. He watched the movie, so I had to watch the movie because of him. And so, anyways, it was funny. So how I ended up stopped dreaming about The Ring was my parents taught me a prayer, and then when I said that prayer like 3 times before I go to sleep, I never had a nightmare ever again. Surprisingly, after that incident. But you told me a funny story about one of your friends. He was watching The Ring, and then somebody called him during the middle of the movie. No.
I don't think it was me.
It was Max. No, or you were saying your friend Max. He was watching The Ring, and then he got a phone call while he's watching the movie.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, no, that'd be scary, man. Watching The Ring, and then you get a phone call.
I might have told you this a long time ago, but I don't really remember. But the one thing I do know is like when you're young like this,
yeah,
it's like, when you're young and you watch something like scary and stuff, it really affects you.
It does.
Like, I think we messed you guys up by showing you Exorcist young.
No. You guys never showed us The Exorcist. You guys tried a lot of different times. Your brother always tried to get me to watch The Exorcist.
Okay.
And he would tell me scary stories about The Exorcist. And, being Muslim and stuff, we believe in spirits and things like that. And, he got to us every time he would talk about The Exorcist. I'm like, oh, man. And like this. And I'd be so afraid to go into my basement sometimes. Because when I was younger, I was like, oh my God, what if there's a demon in the basement? Oh my God, I can't do anything. But now I feel like if a situation like that ever happened, I'm like 2 out of 3 things would happen. Either 1, I would be petrified and just pass out right there. 2, I would start running. Or 3, I'll try to punch it, and if it went through the person or the ghost or spirit, whatever, I guess I'm screwed anyways. You know what I mean? I'll try it. So those would be the 3 scenarios. But but scary movies, I can't deal with scary movies. I'm like, no.
I remember to a point where I was too young to remember.
Yeah.
But I know like I was maybe like 4 years old or 5 years old, and I watched this documentary about tapeworms, and I was like, shit, I'm never gonna shit again. I was I remember my mom beating me because I wouldn't shit for like a week. And then because of me not shitting for a week, I had to get my appendix removed. And I was a little kid, so I don't understand. I'm like, I'm not shitting. Some fucking snake is going to come on my ass. It was two jokes, okay. Man.
See, oh, man. How messed up is that? Because you thought about it so much that it ended up causing...
Yeah, but I'm not even in kindergarten, But
why would you even watch the documentary, man?
I don't know. I think it's just flipping through the channel, and it was that
it fascinated you.
Yeah, yes. I was like, oh, worms.
Worms out of my butt. Oh no, man! Those are weird. Pretty weird. People listening right now, like, damn, man, you guys disturb little kids. but growing up, we would watch a lot of a lot of different shows. I remember watching Dragon Ball Z and.
Never was a fan of Dragon Ball, but you probably hate me for that.
No. Fine. You have your own opinions. You know what I mean? Whatever. But I remember watching, as little kids, we had more imagination. So I remember watching an episode of Dragon Ball Z where they were teaching this human how to fly. I was like, oh, damn. You just have to channel your energy. And then me and my brother, we would always like, come on, man. You would just have to channel our energy properly. You could fly. So now I think about it now, damn man, we were just crazy little kids. But
How old are you? You think?
uh, maybe I was. I think I was still in elementary school, so probably around like I was 11 years old.
It's not too bad. I had a friend like named Max,
Yeah.
and he was like trying to channel his energy, and he's like 15 years old.
15 years old?
He's like trying to do a kamehameha.
Kamehameha. But what do you call it? Yeah, no. But growing up, we had a lot of different things. I feel like we were more creative growing up. I remember we used to play with Legos and make up our own stories in Adventure Time. But I think kids do it now with Minecraft. Maybe I just don't understand Minecraft and I'm just hating on it. But yeah, like I remember playing with Legos. Also, a lot of the RPG games we play, role-playing games for people that don't know what RPG stands for. But we used to play a lot of RPG games, and we used to get so many different ideas from playing these RPG games. There's so many different stories. Like I wouldn't read, but I would only read the character dialogues, and it was so fascinating. I feel like I was in a different world, fantasy, and it felt awesome.
Yeah, I remember the times when we used to like create our own RPGs.
Yeah,
Well, I used to call them paper quests.
Paper Quest. Oh yeah, Paper Quest.
Paper
I
quests
remember.
where you write down the stories on paper and you
You
draw
draw
a
your
village
characters.
and whatnot.
Yeah,
But I had no idea it was called Dungeon and Dragon back then. You know, I was like, I thought like it was something new we made up.
no, yeah, I remember. Yeah, Paper Quest. Yeah. Oh my God, damn, that brings back so many memories. Now we used to play. I used to do it in elementary school. I tell my friends about it. I'm like, yeah, man, I'll make these cool characters. I'll make this village, and we roll some dice. But I had no idea how we would play it. It would be fun just creating the world and
Yeah.
everything. But when it actually came to playing it, we had no idea what the hell we were supposed to do. But yeah, no. But I know playing RPG games growing up was awesome. Right now, I still play Pokemon. Like for people out there. Anyways, F the haters. If you guys are hating on Pokemon, Pokemon's the shit. And I know you're hating Ovi.
Yeah, whatever.
No, man, dude, it's my childhood. Every time I play Pokemon, it brings me back to when I was a little kid. When my parents first bought me a Game Boy, I think it was like a turquoise blue color Game Boy with Pokemon Blue version. That was my first RPG game. What was your first RPG?
Mine, I would say Final Fantasy like 6, but
Six.
we called it Final Fantasy 3 back then because it didn't have it wasn't. It was considered the third one in
Third one.
in North America.
In North America, but in Japan, it was considered the sixth one.
Oh yeah, sixth one.
Yeah, me, I think my earliest memory of Final Fantasy was Final Fantasy 7. Watching your brother play Final Fantasy 7. I remember Cloud was such a cool character
Yeah,
back then. But then later I got older and I found out more about Cloud, the main character of Final Fantasy 7, and I realized he was a douchebag. Because I was replaying it on PlayStation 3, and I was like, damn, Cloud's a douche. I'm like, he doesn't care about nobody except for his own well-being, you know?
Oh yeah. I don't know. His heart got soft towards the end.
Yeah.
But I always liked Barrett. Like I found him like a badass. But then when I saw that Final Fantasy movie, I'm like, yo, man, what is this? This is what Japanese thinks about black people.
Yeah. I know, man. They made Barry was cool, man. He had a cannon for a hand. Like, dude, that was really badass back then.
Yeah.
Now, he was much cooler in the game itself. His sprite that they had for Barrett, it was a really cool sprite. But then later, when they turned him into the the movie actually happened, yeah, he looked like a whack ass dude.
Yeah, I remember like reading the dialogue and everything, and like they censored like half the speech because they're swearing like every 2 seconds.
Yeah,
so,
Barrett was swearing a lot.
so did Cloud. So did like I guess half the
Final Fantasy crew.
Final Fantasy crew. Yeah.
Yeah. No, Final Fantasy 7 was that was the first Final Fantasy game I played. First Final Fantasy game I beat was Final Fantasy 4 with I think Cecil. He was the main character for that one. Just for people trying to understand what Final Fantasy is, it's just different games with different characters and different stories. But just like, what would you say? With like not the same universe. It's just
Final Fantasy 4, 6 is Game of Thrones, but not.
and not.
It's
No,
a game.
But Final Fantasy 4, yeah. So as you know, your main character was Cecil, and he was a cool character because he was a Dark Knight, but he wanted to change, and then later, when you like halfway during the game, spoiler alert, he becomes into a paladin, and then you continue on the game. But yeah, that was one of the first Final Fantasy games I beat. I think that was the first one I beat. But that game was sad, man. Characters were dying left and right. I was like, oh my god, what the hell? Okay, you could say that was Game of Thrones style. Basically, every character dying. But yeah, no, Final Fantasy 4 was It was awesome. I enjoyed playing that run through.
Well, I'm not really into JRPGs.
Japanese RPGs.
Yeah,
Why?
not anymore. Like I feel like they're outplayed. It's always the same thing.
Trying to
like
find some gems and trying to save the world from
yeah,
getting destroyed.
or something like that. Like some high school student doing this or whatever, some kid
Yeah.
trying to save the world. But now I'm like into the whole American RPG and everything.
Like what? Like what?
American, European. Like Horizon, Dawn Zero, and Fallout. This open world.
So what about? So tell me about Fallout.
Well, Fallout is like a post-apocalyptic world, and pretty much my favorite one was New Vegas, where you were just some couriers delivering some mail,
Yeah.
and you get shot, and then you wake up and you're like, "What do I do with this whole package?" You're trying to find out who shot you and why.
Oh, why was it trying to kill you?
Pretty much, you were holding some sort of AI
Yeah.
that could, run the world.
Artificial intelligence for people that are trying to figure out what AI stands for. But yeah, nobody call it. But nowadays, games. I feel like games are not as good as they were before. Maybe the reason why I say this is now I feel like they rush a lot of the video games that they create nowadays. Now,
they call it early access.
yeah,
They sell the game unfinished, and they say they'll finish it later on.
and that's bullshit because you end up paying more for the game later on. Oh yeah, you want to find the ending of the game? I'll pay $5 more. But I
totally
paid,
against that.
Yeah, exactly. I paid $80 for the game already. Why would I go spend another $20-$30?
Yeah, why not sell the game for like $40 instead of $80?
Exactly. But now it's all about making money. No, but I remember growing up.
That's what I'm all about. That indie games now.
Yeah, the indie games. You mean the ones that just like random people just created, right?
No, like
Not like big developers.
small companies, not AAA companies.
Yeah. So like, what's a good indie game you been playing that people should go try?
I don't know. Fury's Fury's really fun. There's plenty of.
What's Fury's? Like, just for people, we're being too general. People be like, what are you talking about, man?
Fury is like one of those scroller shooter games. Like I wouldn't know how to describe it exactly.
Was it like there was that game where you're two army soldiers? It's like a side scroller game. I forgot what.
No, this is like how you're like those little planes and you're like Alien Invader, but you're a samurai.
You're a samurai.
It's instead,
and
it's like a twin shooter game.
Okay, it's a shooter game.
Yeah, like you use your it's not a shooter game exactly. You can
side
shoot
scroller.
Like you use one analog to move, and another analog to shoot, and you can shoot any direction.
Okay.
360 direction.
I forgot what that game was called. There's a one famous game. It's you're two army soldiers or whatever. It's a side scroller. Contra? Was it Contra?
Yeah,
I think so.
Contra or Metal Slug, one of those two.
Metal Slug. That was the name I was looking for. I couldn't remember. Yeah, Metal Slug was so fun playing. I remember just because I had emulators on my from Bangladesh. They gave us a CD, and then we just it's an emulator with a lot of games inside of it. And I remember playing Metal Slug, and that was so addictive to play. But games nowadays, they don't like. I get bored of them really easily. Maybe I'm just getting older. I hope that's not the case. Or they're losing lack of creativity.
Or they're not getting in touch with their dreams anymore.
No, because I know like old games like Super Smash Brothers Melee. Like I could on that and I could play for like hours, but I need people around to play with.
Yeah.
But I could play that for like 4 or 5 hours and not realizing that I'm wasting my time, but I'm enjoying it. But nowadays with other games I can like I'll pick it up for like an hour or two and then I get bored and I just stop playing. But Pokemon, yes, any new Pokemon game, I have no life for 2-3 days. I'm get all my gym badges, make my team, get them all to level 100, and then yes, I feel accomplished. But then after that, I just stop playing Pokemon.
Did you get involved in Pokemon Go or not really?
Okay, so my experience with Pokemon Go. So I know the first week when it came out, I was like, fuck this shit. I'm like, this is not the real Pokemon. Get a Game Boy, that's real Pokemon. So I boycotted Pokemon Go for a week. But then after I seen everyone getting involved, I'm like, why am I hating? So then later I just started playing with my friend in class, and because where we went to school at Concordia, we had like 3 Pokestops like around there in classroom. So I'd always be on my phone, me and my friend, and we'd just be catching Pokemon in class. And then that was a week after, after I was hating on it. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna stop hating. I'm gonna just play. But it was but that was last summer. It was highly addictive, Pokemon Go. But then I think by the end of the summer, I just stopped playing because I didn't care no more. I was just like, yeah, whatever. The hype is dead. But what about you? Did you get into that Pokemon Go?
Not at all. I don't think my phone could even handle that shit. But one thing was funny. I remember looking out the window and I see this kid with a fitted hat. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, yo, there's a side duck right here. You know, I gotta catch that shit. You know, I'm like, oh, damn. You know, like, do you? Then I closed the door and just went back to sleep.
Because you see some random stranger in front of your house, like,
because it was getting hype. You know, like people were going at places where trespassing, and it wasn't organized the game yet. You know,
exactly. No, I remember. We were playing a lot. We just everywhere you walked, you would just see people on their phones catching Pokemon, and you just be looking.
Like honestly, if you said some other Pokemon from the new generation, and I'm like, yo, get out of here, you know, like what are you talking about?
Like,
but I knew Psyduck, so I'm like, all right,
like, you're cool, man. You could stay in front of my house, but if you were catching some other Pokemon I don't know about, you get out of here, man. Like, hey,
exactly.
Spraying with water, like one of those old people, like, hey, man, get out of here, kid. No, but no. Imagine Pokemon Go existed when we were younger. I think we would go crazy for that.
Yeah.
But now we're older. We're like, no, man, we're too. I feel like we're too old school, and like me, I feel like that.
But honestly, a lot of people used it as a dating app. You know, I was talking to some people, and they're using it to get dates and whatnot. You know,
to like what they would go on their Tinder profile, be like, hey, I'm gonna go play Pokemon like Go. Who wants to come?
They would like go to a Pokestop and they see you cute. You're like, hey, what team you're in? Mystic. Oh, me too. You know? That worked. They were using that as an opening.
I
guess people were telling me it was working. Like,
I think I should have tried that. Like, I didn't. I was too busy trying to catch Pokemon. I didn't think about dating at that point. I'm like, I'm gonna catch all my Pokemon. But yeah, no, the hype for Pokemon Go was pretty good for that summer. But people still play, but not as much as before. Like I rarely see people on their phones for it. But I remember like last summer, I see everyone on their phone playing Pokemon Go. Like anybody on their phone, they're playing Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
But now it's like the hype is not there like before. But that was a very interesting thing. But I don't know. I remember hearing something about they want to do a GTA style, like Pokemon Go style. They wanted. Have you heard of it?
No.
Yeah, so I heard that I don't know, maybe just I'm talking out of my butt. I have no idea. But I remember hearing, I forgot where I heard it, but I remember they want to make like a GTA Pokemon Go style. So you do missions, the same thing, you have your camera and then you're like in the GTA world. You have to go pick up something, do little missions like that. How messed up would that be? Imagine like go steal a car and then you actually go steal a car. Like, yes.
Well, they did like a lot of spoofs of that, like in CSI Miami and all this, TV shows where they're trying to collect points by stealing cars, killing people, and they're like,
oh yeah.
Like I think maybe you might be confused by that, but
yeah, maybe I have no idea. There's so much things on the internet nowadays. You don't even know what's true and what's not.
Yeah,
it's like before. I remember growing up, we didn't have that much accessibility to the internet in terms of what do you call it? What was being able to be shared online.
Yeah,
and it was.
And also, like, you trust Wikipedia right away. Like, yeah, okay, it's true.
Yeah, Wikipedia said this. Okay. But then you realize, yes, Wikipedia, you could edit whatever you want. So the validity is not there. But we still use Wikipedia. I'll still use Wikipedia for, like, a lot of my projects at school. Like, easy research, And then if I want to do more research, I'd actually go look for other things. But, yeah. No, but I remember dial-up. I remember when I had AOL internet.
All right.
The old days. For the younger people that are wondering what dial-up was, basically, you would connect your internet modem into your phone line.
Yeah, like directly to your phone line.
Yeah.
Which wouldn't allow you to use your landline phone. But then again, maybe you guys don't know what landline phone is because everyone's using mobile phones right now.
Exactly. So, but anyways, I remember when we would go on the internet, like, Mom, get off the phone. I'm trying to connect to the internet.
I'm trying to play video games,
Yeah, newgrounds.com. Yeah. I remember Newgrounds. Those are all those Flash games. And those were those coolest things at that time, growing up, playing those Flash games. I remember there was a game called Pico School. Now I think about how violent that game was. Oh my God. Like I played that when I was like 10 years old. Basically, you're a kid inside a school and so there's another gang of kids that shot up your teacher and then you end up trying to survive in school and then you're this kid Pico with orange hair and a green shirt and then I remember fighting a ninja inside you're inside a school. I think you're elementary school. I think you're in elementary school with that machine gun, man. And then you're fighting this ninja. You killed this ninja. Then you end up fighting the last boss, who was a girl that turns into a freaking giant parasect monster. I'm like, what the hell, man? The creativity back then, man, it made no sense.
Yeah, it's either like, you know, I don't know where they got all this idea from.
Yeah.
Maybe it's from taking shrooms.
Taking shrooms, hell man. I have no idea. Never took shrooms before, but I hear a lot of crazy things from people that took shrooms before. Their experiences that they go, when they take it, consume it, and their whole perception of reality changes.
Yeah, it's crazy, you know. Like I remember when I took it, my friend's like, "Hey, it's gonna, hey, take it now, and it's gonna like take it now is only gonna take an hour to hit in." I'm like, "You sure?" I took it. I took like 5 grams or something, and it's like good shrooms too.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Then what happened?
and then I started like within like 10, 15 minutes, I started like hallucinating right away.
Yeah. And then what were you hallucinating about?
At first, I saw cops. Okay, I'm like, oh shit, there's cops here. But I would actually hallucinate the police siren on top of their head.
So you seen a siren on top of their head?
Yeah, and it's like flashing red and blue. I'm like, oh damn, you know.
And then, what would you call it? So, but
like it worked. It works well. Like it changed the perception. You know, it's not only a visual thing. It's also a mental thing. You know,
mental thing. But your first experience, was it like a good experience, or like would you try it again? Or
it was a nightmare.
A nightmare?
But in the same time, it was a great experience. Well, not right away, but after like a week or 2 weeks pass, you're like, oh shit, that was it's like that was spiritual.
They're spiritual. So when you first took shrooms, right? Okay, so how did you take it? You just ate the shrooms, or
no? I put on like those tomato pizzas you buy on the store and
like Maxi and stuff.
Yeah, Maxi and stuff.
So it's just dough and tomato and
like
piece on.
But the thing is, we're supposed to take it at our local botanic garden, and my friend's like, "Yo, let's take it now."
Yeah.
And let's travel to the botanic gardens, and we end up hallucinating the whole time in a public metro. It was crazy. Like I would never recommend anyone to do it in the public like that.
So what happened when you were in a metro on shrooms?
I don't know. I was hallucinating. I was seeing like I saw everyone aura.
Everyone's aura.
Yeah, like I could see like, oh, this guy had purple aura, red aura. I was like,
did they have any meaning behind those auras? No.
yeah. It's like when I was like watched red, I sensed the guy was violent or whatnot,
And purple he was just on drugs too, or what?
Who knows?
But what do you call it? No, but
then I remember putting on like my headphones and put on some Thriller.
Yeah.
And everyone was dancing to it, even though they weren't. Like I was hallucinating. Everyone was dancing to music.
Damn.
Like, they're perfectly synchronized. I'm like, damn, And then I started laughing, and then I'm sure everyone in the metro was like, yo, this guy is like either crazy or on drugs. I'm like, I'm both, bro.
But yeah, man, that's what do you call it? Those but what do you call it? I remember you telling me something about the devil. You remember you told me you've seen the devil, but if you want to share, what was it the first time you took shrooms that happened, or?
No, pretty much. This is the only time that I took shrooms where I hallucinated that much.
You hallucinated that much?
Yeah.
Oh damn! Because what do you call it? You're not the only one. So I know I have a couple of other friends that told me they took shrooms before, and they said once they took shrooms, their sense of reality changed. It's
it changes. It's like
because now what's really real and what's not real.
I remember putting my hand onto a tree trunk.
Yeah.
Tree, and I saw myself turn into a tree myself. I started growing leaves on my hands and everything. And the thing is, I wasn't the only one seeing it. My friend was seeing exactly what I was seeing. So it was strange because we were sharing the same hallucination. So we're like, yo, is this real or not?
Yeah.
This. It makes you think like,
what is what is reality?
Yeah.
And when people tell me their experience when they're on shrooms and things like that, I think back to the Matrix. Now the Matrix makes more sense to me. Before the Matrix made no freaking sense. All I knew the Matrix was this guy doing a crazy move, dodging a bullet. That's what I thought the Matrix was. I never understood the greater picture of what the Matrix was. But then later, when people tell me their experience with shrooms or other psychedelic drugs, they tell me that their perception of reality changes. What is real and what's not real. For maybe the non-drug user, they're like, what are you talking about? Reality is what we're feeling right now.
No, sometimes you don't need to be like that. Sometimes you just have to be in a dark place, or either you just gotta have very, very vivid dreams, and you're like, and you're like, what's going on,
Yeah. No, but sometimes I contemplate, should I take shrooms? Let me see what this reality is. Like, what if I actually see what reality is supposed to be? And I know it sounds crazy to people right now. It's like, oh, what are you talking about, man? Reality is this table I'm feeling, or this microphone I'm speaking into, or the steak I'm eating. That's what reality is. But if you watch The Matrix, I remember where everything that everyone was living through wasn't real, right? It's like it was just what society made you think was real. But when you actually get out of the Matrix, you see what reality was. It was like a post-apocalyptic.
Like
kind
people
of,
use
machines took over basically.
Well, people already like use the Matrix as an argument in court. The Matrix complex.
What's the
like-
Matrix complex? I have no idea. What
Pretty
that is.
much telling someone is like thinks the world's not real and he has psychological problems. So they just say like they
That's
created
why
they named it after the Matrix, the movie, and so
Okay.
so people use that as a argument. A lot of people believe it. A lot of people thought they woke up in quotation
Yeah.
because they saw the Matrix.
Yeah. Or maybe they're just on a whole bunch of drugs.
Yeah,
And then just
that too.
But yeah, no, but it becomes one of those touchy
Yeah,
subjects.
I'm saying like drugs opened my mind, in the sense where I'm like, okay, it's like I now I like see myself as a third person in the sense where like I can laugh at myself like, why am I doing something so stupid? Oh well, whatever, like it's good to it helped me get out of my social anxiety,
Yeah.
but not at that moment, not right away, like
It took some
later.
time.
It took some time.
Because you were able to self-reflect.
Yeah.
And it's crazy how you vividly remember your whole hallucination.
Well, not the whole thing, man.
about
There's,
like a lot of it, but
yeah. I was like, I hope this ends. I hope this ends. Then at one point I was like, this is never going to end. This is never going to end.
how long did it last you?
I've like if I timed it, maybe like good like 12 hours. I was like
12 hours. Damn,
Yeah.
man. 12 hours. And that 12 hours felt like eternity,
yeah, I felt like an eternity.
Oh, man, that's crazy, man. Dude, and I think, that's why sometimes when I think about if I should experience, this, like I, just want to experience things, we're young, but obviously I don't want to do something that, probably mess me up for the rest of my life, but doesn't matter. Everyone has their different, experience taking it, right? It just, I don't know. Like I contemplate, I tell my brother about it. My brother is like, yo, man, you ready? Go crazy, man. And like
Well, like I understand some people get it and I don't understand how people do it on a regular basis, but
and they function normally.
and function normally because well, maybe they don't take too much. Maybe they take enough where you just giggle and you're like
And
you're
just laughing
you're
and stuff.
laughing all the time and you just see little colors. You see colors more
Fluctuation and stuff.
fluctuation and you see things stretch a little bit. That's whatever. Like
Okay, some
some people do it just to feel that.
Oh, that's crazy, man. Like, but damn, man. So 12
No,
hours.
like you know why? Because I took that much because I told my friend I took it. I never hallucinated.
Yeah.
Like this is bullshit. It's
Yeah.
like, where's the purple elephant?
But what do you call it? So let me ask you this. So why did you decide to take the shrooms? Like was it curiosity, or you heard other people's experiences?
No, it was more like like I was I was in a place where I was like depressed and I was like, life sucks and not. I would never suggest taking shrooms when you're like upset or anything because that feeling takes over.
And it just consumes you.
Consumes the whole high. So if you ever do it, you have to be in a super happy place. You got a good job, everything is happy.
So you gotta do shrooms when you're a happy person. So for people out there contemplating on shrooms, be happy. Don't take them when you're angry or pissed off. But no, man, it's pretty interesting. What do you call it?
It's like a dream, like but happening.
But you actually see it happening.
Yeah, you really see it happening. But also my natural instincts to protect myself.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't act out some stupid hallucination. It's just like sometimes I was like surprised, like, oh, how did I get out of here alive? In a sense where like I was really like hallucinating.
And you're really tripping out.
Yeah, like I remember like at one point I was like, we were walking through Metro Jotonlo.
Yeah.
And I saw a bunch of people walking, but then I zoomed out from like really afar, and I just looked like it was some sort of Rubik's Cube maze, and we were like some sort of. It zoomed out to a point where we looked like we were in an ant colony box.
What the hell, man?
And I was like,
dude, that's really vivid, man. It's like,
yeah,
and it sounds like a dream, but you were actually experiencing it at that time.
yeah.
No, I remember what do you call it? One of my friends, he was telling me about his experience taking shrooms, and he was in Italy, so he took shrooms, and then they were supposed to go see the Colosseums and everything, and then he was looking at his Google Maps, but he said while he's looking into his Google Map, he's seen all the routes and everything, and he said it started going in to his hand, and then it went to his veins, and he's just like, oh my god, where am I going? I was like, dude, what the hell, man? I'm like, that's pretty trippy.
Yeah, you know, it's like the line starts going all over his arm.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, oh man, those are crazy experiences, and you know,
It's cool. It's cool and scary at the same time. You know.
and you know, and it goes back to what we were talking about dreams before, right? During a dream, you know, when something bad's happened, you gotta wake up from it. You know, those times where you're falling off a building, and then all of a sudden, oh damn,
Yeah.
what just happened? But when you're on shrooms, you know, you're actually living through your dream, but you can't wake up when you want to. You have to wait.
You have to let the time pass.
You have to let time pass. Damn, that's scary, man.
Yeah.
Like,
It is. It is. Especially like I'm a person who on a regular basis. I wouldn't say regular basis. Maybe like every 2 months, and I feel bad for those people that are suffering from this. I get sleep paralysis.
like, okay, so what is sleep paralysis exactly?
I would have to like search on Google to really tell you, but
your
pretty
definition
much,
of it, like, you know,
pretty much is you're sleeping and but you're awake. Your eyes are open.
Yeah, and you
but
can't move.
You can't move your body. But during that episode, a lot of people hallucinate dark entities.
Yeah.
Most people, and it's like this is scientifically proven. If you don't believe me, you know,
that's what,
a lot of people think you're crazy. Then, but trust me, like one out of your 5 friends
will experience it. No, and I remember hearing, you know, when you said the dark entity part. So probably, you know, when I was watching The Ring and I seen the girl from The Ring.
Yeah, because you were awake, right?
Yeah. I couldn't do anything.
You couldn't move your body.
No, I couldn't.
But your eyes were open. You were in your room, right?
I was in my room. And
That's
the girl
exactly.
ran for me. And I remember my friend telling me.
Were you sleeping on the side or?
I don't know, sleeping like straight, like on my back.
On your back. So did you see?
No, but like it's just like, but I'm looking at the near my feet, right? It's like
okay.
And I was like,
that's scary. That's scary.
I was like, oh my god, what the hell do I do? I'm like, what the hell, man? But
I remember one of my cousin.
Yeah.
He told me he got a sleep paralysis twice.
Yeah.
And he didn't know what it was sleep paralysis at all.
Yeah.
You know, till I told him what it was.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, I did. Like mine was an evil Kool-Aid man, you know, like
evil Kool-Aid.
Yeah, I can imagine that, like he's breaking into the wall and you just
oh
see
yeah,
him. Oh yeah, like that's actually pretty scary too.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's at nighttime and you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, like I start having them on a regular basis where at one point I get less scared of it, but it's also kind of like exciting for me, like after the fact.
Do you have something cool to share about?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I don't really share it with everyone, but the thing is, I share it with people that experience the same thing.
So you could relate it to see
yeah.
what your experience
Yeah.
and there was, and to see if you guys were like in the same kind of mindset during that stage.
No, not that. It's just more like, you know, like it's a crazy experience. You know, like did you ever experience something like that, or what was yours? So they become more open about what they saw. You know.
Yeah. No, but I remember, so about the sleep paralysis, I remember my friend was telling me, it's like, yo, when you have sleep paralysis, it's the same thing with the dark entities. Like, yo, you see the girl from The Ring? Like, that's his description of it, you know, but he wasn't specifically talking about The Ring itself, but like you see some dark entities, like, yo, see a girl with black hair?
Because you don't know what it is at that point. We never really researched it. We didn't have internet back then, or we didn't really...
No, but it's just recently, that's what he told me, like he had sleep paralysis, and he seen that entity, like a little girl shape with the black hair, and just looking, he's like, oh crap, I couldn't do anything, and just looking right at me. It's like, that's scary crap. That's scary, man.
But a lot of people get sleep paralysis and they say they got abducted by aliens.
Oh damn.
But they didn't, you know. It's like it's a sleep paralysis if you talk about it scientifically, you know.
Yeah, so it's just your brain playing.
Yeah,
and just
like a lot of these people think they got abducted by aliens and whatnot. But all of it is sleep paralysis. But me, I wonder if you take someone who never experimented, who never felt what sleep paralysis is, but take him away from society. They never watched a movie. They never watched anything.
And what would they see?
What would they think a sleep paralysis is?
Yeah, that'd be a cool experiment.
I'd be pretty curious.
You should write that paper, Ovi.
Like, do they think it's God? Do they think it's a devil or angel? But then again, they're separated from religion too.
And they're separated from everything, so they have no idea
Yeah.
between, you know, what that thing
Well, they
is.
know what humans are, their family, and
Yeah.
that's it. But they don't, I'm curious.
So
What do you
yeah,
think?
how funny would it be? Like, oh damn, my dad is that dark entity there. You know, not me, like that person that's doing that experiment, or it's my mom or an entity, something like that. Yeah, that'd be pretty interesting if somebody did a study about it. Maybe there is a study about it. We just didn't go Google it further, far enough.
But sleep paralysis is scary and whatnot. I'm sure a lot of people experience it, and it's like whoever is listening to this, I'm sure at least one of you experience
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, comment down below if you did on my YouTube channel. I finally got my second episode up on YouTube. I finally figured it out.
Congrats.
Thank you, because I couldn't upload. I could upload on SoundCloud, but I got to delete episode 1 and episode 2, and then because if I'm not paying for the monthly subscription, I gotta. There's a certain amount of upload I could do, but on YouTube I could upload as much as I want.
Okay.
But now I finally got the hang of it, so I have it up on YouTube. But yeah, so if you guys ever experience anything like this, please share below, and I'd love to read your comments about your experience with sleep paralysis. I don't know if you ever had this type of dream. I remember one time I can remember this dream vividly. So I was in a park and I was playing in a park, and then all of a sudden I jumped down. I just jumped down from the top of the jungle gyms onto the floor, and I felt my body make an impact, and I woke up right away.
Oh yeah.
But I was still asleep. But then I woke up. I'm still in the dream, but I tried doing it again, but my body didn't feel the same.
The
way
sensation of falling in a dream feels real. You feel it.
Yeah.
You feel it when you're asleep. It usually makes you wake up
Yeah.
right away.
Now I remember I did wake up right away, but I was still in between dreaming and awake. But when I tried jumping off the jungle gym again, it didn't work.
Yeah, but when you're in that state, you could end up getting into a sleep paralysis. Like, one thing I realized, a lot of people try to induce it by pressing the snooze button for the whole time.
What do you mean?
Like when you put on an alarm.
Yeah.
Snooze.
Yeah, snooze.
Snooze,
I do
snooze.
that. I have like.
And at that point, you end up dreaming.
Yeah.
Usually, you end up having a lucid dream or a vivid dream.
Okay.
Vivid dream where you kind of remember most of your dream.
What's going on? Okay. No, me, I'm one of those guys that have 20 alarms on. Like if I know I have to wake up, so basically my alarms are okay. If I sleep 5 more minutes, I'll get 5 more minutes of sleep. Okay, I could snooze again, sleep a bit more, snooze again. Okay, I'm skipping breakfast at this point. Snooze again. Okay, now I just have to brush my teeth and get out of my house. I'm one of those persons that have like 20 alarms. But I'm trying to get it down to wake up on the first alarm. But I know there's one time. That's why I don't put my phone next to me. I put my phone far away, so I actually have to get up and go off the alarm.
That's what you have to do to make the alarm work. Otherwise, you'll just press snooze.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember one time I was this is my old job I was at, and I had my alarm on and I offed it, but I didn't realize I offed every single one of my alarms. So then an hour later I woke up. I'm like, what time is it? I'm like, why didn't my snooze go on? You know what I mean? Like 5 minutes later, then I say, oh my god, an hour passed. Like, oh man, like I'm late to work. For sure.
At one point, you end up just sleeping over the alarm.
Yeah, and I'm like, damn. I'm like, how deep was I in my sleep? Like just for 5 minutes, And then I ended up sleeping in an hour, and I was like, oh my god. Now I ended up going late to work that day. But don't worry, guys, I didn't get fired for that. I let them know that I missed my alarm, and then I got to work on time.
I use that excuse so many times.
Which one? Go.
I miss my alarm.
Yeah. But hopefully your future employer now listen to this podcast and be like, Ovi, I know your excuses now.
Well, if they know me as Ovi.
Yeah, okay, yeah, exactly. Yeah, they don't know who you are, Ovi. but we call it. But no, man, dreams are a very fascinating thing, And when you shared your experience on shrooms, it's like a sense of feeling a dream in reality. And
yeah.
I
wish I could describe it better, but I'm not like the greatest writer or whatnot, or like I can't describe it.
But you described
well
it to your best of your abilities.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know if you heard of this, I think, drug called DMT. I don't know the full name of DMT, dimetra.
Whatever it is,
yeah.
But it's pretty much it's DMT is something you naturally produce when you're sleeping, you're dreaming.
Exactly,
Yeah.
But apparently they found a way that I don't know. There's a documentary about it.
Yeah, they extract it from plants, but because
DMT is everywhere.
Yeah, DMT is everywhere.
It's just you can't. Your body doesn't know how to absorb it till you. What do you call it?
Yeah.
I don't know how exactly. I don't know the scientific terms. You guys could Google it. But yeah, they find a way to extract it out of those plants and whatever, and then they smoke it. But I remember one of my friends gave me an example of what DMT was. He didn't take it. He told me what it, like from his experiences from his other friends, told me that basically, you know, that sensation you get before you're about to die. Like, you know, like,
Okay, how would you know that?
I have no idea, but that was the example he was giving me. I know it's pretty weird, but that was the example he was trying to explain to me.
Or if it make more sense, it's like it's as if it feels like as if you're about to die.
Yeah, exactly. No, but he told me okay. No, I think in better. What he exactly was trying to say was, you know, your body apparently produces a chemical that before you die makes the feeling of death like not as, you know, the easier way of dying, something like that. But he said that's what DMT feels like when you're on. Okay, this is like, you know, don't hate on me. I have no idea what it exactly is. I never took it. But it's
don't hate on them, drug addicts.
Yeah, probably everyone that ever took DMT. Yo, you don't know what you're talking about, man. It's awesome. Like if it's awesome, man, cool, man. It's for you guys. But just from my understanding of how my friend explained it to me, I was like, damn, man, this is scary, man. I'd be down to experience this, but I was like, at the same time, it's scary, man. What if you don't come back from that? You know, that
I heard it's like 5 minutes, and it's a natural thing. But anyways, I dream enough. I have enough sleep paralysis where I'm like, I don't need that right now.
No, because but you said it's 5 minutes that experience, but apparently that 5 minutes,
it's a hardcore 5 minutes.
Apparently, it feels like it's like a week. Like that's what people that took DMT told me. If it feels like you're there for a week. I remember one guy told me when he took DMT, he seen his body, like he was flying, but he seen his body just on the couch.
Outer body experience.
I was like, what the hell, man? And then me and my brother look at each other, we're like, oh damn, man, that's some next level shit.
I feel like a lot of people like do these drugs because they hear about like this outer body experience, and you know, but I feel like some of these people don't have like, they don't dream enough, or
they just want to experience it.
They don't have vivid dreams, and they just want to experience something like supernatural, or I don't know how to explain it exactly. They want to see something that they've never heard or seen before, you know?
Yeah, I see it. No, and then maybe that's the reason, you know, and they just want to get that feeling like, oh, what is this vivid dream that you guys talk about? I could experience, or maybe they have those dreams so much where they really enjoyed it.
Yeah, exactly.
And they want it to be a reality. You know, they really want to experience it, and maybe that's another reason why they could probably take these psychedelic drugs. Those are one of I say. Okay, so before I continue, because I know I got called out for saying, I say it a lot. I don't know why. It just happens. It's just one of those, like shit or whatever, when you throw in shit every 2 seconds in a sentence.
I didn't notice.
But I know you didn't notice, but I got called out for saying, yo, you say you know a lot. I'm like, I don't know a lot. It's just one of those phrases I say in between, not to have dead air. I think I get so self-conscious when I'm doing this podcast. It's like, yo, I don't want no dead air. I need to always talk. So I always throw in, those stuttering words.
Well, that's why you need like a sound box, and you press a button and it makes drum rolls noises or claps or laughter.
Like the
maybe
live
invest one of those.
Invest maybe in the future. Hopefully this podcast takes off somewhere, and then people get interested, and they're like, yes, man, we need those live audience type of background noises. The clap when I say something. Laugh when I say something funny. Clap when I say something interesting. Or then when I say a sad story. But yeah, no, man. I don't even know what I'm trying to say, man. It's just like, you could just go with the flow.
Yeah, like when we're like what we were saying, like a lot of people, like there's one dream I used to get.
Yeah.
Like my earliest nightmare that I remember, is like I was running from something, and I get shocked by an electric fence.
You're shocked by electric fence?
Yeah, like I was running and I tried to climb a fence, and it was an electric fence, and I die, and I didn't wake up.
But you didn't wake up when you died in your dream?
I usually wake up when I die in a dream.
But you said for that dream you didn't wake up, was it? Or did you wake up from that dream?
Yeah, I woke up from that dream.
Okay. So before you died. Okay, no. That's what I always think about. I'm like, yo, imagine you die in a dream. Like, do you die? Like, I remember. Have you heard of that myth before? Right? If you die in your dream, you die in real life, right?
Well, I usually kill myself in a dream when I wake up.
What the hell, man? You kill yourself?
No, like I can't get out of this nightmare. Like, what's going on? I'm like, okay.
Okay, so then
because I know it's a nightmare, but I don't know how to beat it.
Beat
Just one time I was being chased by a crazy anaconda.
Yeah. Anaconda? Oh man, I
like-
remember that
like-
movie when I first watched it. It was scary, man.
yeah.
I was terrified of snakes.
Yeah, so it was chasing me,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden I confronted. I'm like, I was a kid. I was a kid. I remember,
Yeah.
like in a dream, like, don't you dare chase me, anaconda.
Yeah, you're from Jungle Book.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. And then it's like, and then I woke up, and I felt so accomplished. Like I felt like
I told the
like,
snake to fuck off.
No, it's not even that. Something from my shoulders was lifted. Like
I face my fear of
yeah.
snakes.
That could be it, but
Yeah.
I think it's more like I feel like there's symbolism in snakes and symbolism and like it's a symbolism of many things. Like for example, if you go to like there's a site called Dream Fort. If you're like dreaming about a fish, that means it means money in your life, whatever.
Yeah, but
I
where's
think it's probably bogus, but I felt like I accomplished some sort of crazy burden, like something lifted off my shoulder when I confronted myself.
continue. Yeah, don't right now. You're kind of far away from the mic.
All right.
No. Yeah, no. Because the thing is, we're still getting used to this podcast. Like, it's basically you're kissing into the mic. For people trying to figure out why the audio might change so drastically, is if we're kind of far away from the mics, the audio doesn't pick up as much. So it's like basically you're kissing the microphone.
I'm not used to it, being
I
so
know.
close to the mic.
Yeah, and exactly. Like, damn, man, I didn't even get to know you, and you're already trying to kiss me. No, but yeah, no, but it's still, I'm still trying to figure things out, But this is how the audio picks up very clear when you.
What is this? This is episode 3.
Episode 3, man.
All right.
But
It's probably the strangest episode.
it's about dreams, man. It's like, listen to.
Was it about dreams? We talked about RPG and
Yeah, but it all comes back to the same topic in terms of imagination and your mind and being creative and everything. But like for me, when I listen to a podcast, I have to be doing something. I can't sit down and just listen to a podcast. I got too much ADD for that. So basically, I'm on a podcast and I'll let's say I'll cook or I'll clean, and I have a podcast. But sometimes music doesn't stimulate me enough. Like I kind of get bored of music sometimes, so I like learning about something else, and so I'll listen to a podcast when I'm cooking or cleaning, or maybe sometimes I'm just lying on my bed and I'll leave a podcast on playing in the background while I'm doing something else or reading, or sometimes when I'm at work and I'm doing emails or other tasks that I have to do, I'll on a podcast instead of listening to music. So at least I'm learning and working at the same time. So maybe
if it's interesting, if it's an actual topic,
yeah,
or
exactly.
politics and whatnot.
No, but it depends. Everyone has their own different interests. I remember I was listening to a podcast about bees.
I wonder if anyone's learning about anything when they're listening to us right now.
But it's entertainment purposes too, right? It's like podcast now is like the new radio where you could listen to whatever you want to listen to. You don't even have to listen to the whole podcast. There might be a specific section that you got interested in, and then once you got bored of it, you just stop listening to it, and you don't have to continue listening. But me, usually I listen to like I said, I'll listen to it lying on my bed, reading a book, and it's just playing in the background. It's just there.
Yeah, I myself started listening to podcasts recently.
Like, what do you listen to?
Well, Joe Rogan and Bill Burr.
Yeah, Bill Burr. A lot of people told me Bill Burr's really funny. I heard a few of Bill Burr's thing, but he's good. He could do a podcast by himself, and he just talks about topics.
He's great at ranter. He just rants, and then he goes anywhere,
Yeah, but he does it so well.
He does it well,
and that's a good skill, and that's a really fascinating skill to have, right? Like
Yeah.
Joe Rogan, I remember he was talking about how Bill Burr does it alone. He's like, Bill Burr could go on rants like for hours, and but it's interesting.
But I think it starts off with one fan mail, and then it just goes
like ADD.
It goes anywhere afterwards.
Yeah,
It goes everywhere.
No, and that's like that's an awesome skill to have. But me, I need a guest. Like that's why like my podcast all based on having a guest. Everyone has their own perspectives, and I want to share these perspectives with other people. It's something that you might have not known, because that's why most boxes. Let's try to think outside the box, because a lot of times we're so focused just being stuck inside of our own mind, which is like a box that we create, and we don't like taking in new things because we have a certain way of thinking. And this podcast was kind of set up in terms of let's try to open our minds, open the box, and let's see what's out there, absorb more before we make a predetermined judgment. Because a lot of us, we tend to make predetermined judgments about something before we even tried, because we have a certain way of thinking. But now I try to train myself to be as open as possible to learn something new. I might not have to agree with you, but I'm down to listen because it might be something interesting, and it might give me a different way of thinking after.
Yeah, but you learn from yourself too.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't necessarily learn from other people. Something you learn from yourself.
Yeah. And but it's kind of hard to learn. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, like
to pick, because you don't notice the mistakes that you do all the time. Unless
you're if you have like a hardcore ego, I guess you don't notice it.
Exactly. You're like, yeah, man, fuck that. Everything I do is right, man. I'm not one of those people. But yeah, man, it's what do you call it? It's really fascinating how how Bill Burr is able to just go on these rants, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not bad. It's interesting. It's like, if you're interested, you continue listening to it. Like, I don't listen to every single Joe Rogan podcast he puts out. There's some ones that just gravitate towards me and I want to listen to it because it's very interesting. I remember I listened to one about hunting. It's for 3 hours long and it was all about hunting. And you know what I want to try now? I want to eat a blueberry bear. It's a bear that only eats blueberry, and apparently the meat is really good.
Oh yeah.
For like eating a bear perspective.
Well,
I'll
eat anything.
No, it's just something I would,
At least once,
Oh, once. Yeah, exactly. I'm down to try new food.
Yeah.
I'll give it 2 chances. Sometimes, like if it's really bad, I won't try it again. Okay, wait.
I'm sorry.
While we're
vegans.
Okay. So while we're on the topic of food, what's a crazy thing you tried eating once? Like, you know what I mean? Like, just something random. Like,
I don't know. Like, I could think about frogs.
Frogs? Frog legs?
Kangaroos.
You ate kangaroos?
Yeah.
Where the hell did you eat kangaroos, man?
There was a festival here in Montreal, like a beer festival, and they were selling kangaroo meat.
What the hell, man?
A crocodile.
A crocodile?
Snake.
Like a snake, I don't think I'm down to try crocodile.
I don't think I would try insects though.
Insects?
For some reason, it creep me out. As long as it doesn't look like an insect, then sure, why not?
No, but if you go to I want to go to Thailand because I see people eating those fried crickets and stuff.
But I think that is the future in a sense where I think we should all like stop eating meat. Even though I wouldn't do it myself. But I think like the future humans or whatnot should stop eating meat and maybe eat some insects
and see how you feel.
Replenish the planet again,
Okay, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully we have a optimistic future and future's bright and we don't go into a post-apocalyptic Earth. Robots everywhere in the terminals.
Well,
those are scary when you think about it, and like how technology has come so far.
Yeah, AI and whatnot.
Exactly, artificial intelligence.
Well, right now they're like they're trying to build like quantum games, like in a sense they're trying to build quantum games in the sense where what I would say, like for example, the whole Matrix complex and whatnot.
Like being in a different reality.
Yeah, like let me backtrack a little bit, but it's like when you, for example, you're playing Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
And you run over some NPC.
Yeah.
And then he'll go on his knees and he'll be like, why you run me over? Why you kill my father? They would create emotions on those AIs.
On those artificial.
Yeah.
Dude, how far has time
that'd be messed up,
Yeah, and now you're playing a video game, and now it's making you question you playing the video game.
Yeah,
like, why did you kill me, man? Like, I didn't do anything. I was just walking. But yeah,
he doesn't know where a gamer playing the game and whatnot.
Exactly, but it's just that universe. And
if they could do it really that well, I would question. Are we in the Matrix or not?
Yeah, exactly. At that point,
if you can make that game like that well, that intense.
But no, like when you play GTA, Grand Theft Auto.
I'm just giving GTA an example, but they're going to create games like SimCity where you create your own civilization.
Yeah. And
the thing is, would you tell those people in that game that they're in a game? Did you create them? What would you tell them?
Oh damn! No,
or would you just let it be?
Dude, that's something like damn.
I would just let it be.
Don't let them know it's a game.
Maybe I would tell them, it's a game and whatnot.
No,
but I would tell them maybe we're in a game and whatnot. Maybe it's just those Russian doll things.
Yeah, but how crazy would that be? You tell like the SimCity example you're giving, and you create that civilization, and you tell them, guys, this is a game that you guys in. Imagine you see your civilization going through the shits. And like this, what? It's a game. F this, man. Your buildings are breaking and everything like this. I don't care, Ovi. Like this, you're not my creator. I'm gonna destroy. And like this. And like, what's gonna happen? You're just gonna delete the save.
But like,
and just delete reality for their reality.
Their reality. I would tell them like, live life to the fullest.
I'm gonna destroy this building, man.
If you do it, you're ruining someone else's life, and don't be surprised if someone else ruins yours. Whatever.
Oh man,
But
but no, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it like that. But no, because I remember back then when we were when we like while we were talking about dial-up internet before, right? Now we're at a point where we have Wi-Fi everywhere. You know what I mean? Wi-Fi almost everywhere you go. I remember
that's scary, because you know why that's scary is when they start creating AI, but not like intelligent like not AI exactly. They create robots, everything mechanical. Hackers will be able to hack them, and since everything's connected to Wi-Fi, and they'll be able to make them do what they
want.
What they want,
Exactly. Yeah, when you think about it like that. But no, because when I put into perspective in terms of when we used to use desktop computers, remember how big those things were?
Yeah.
My phone does everything that my desktop computer used to do.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm rarely on my laptop nowadays. Everything that I want to do, I could do it on my hand. I would never, back then you never imagined that was possible, right? Like
I guess you use your laptop now is just to edit videos, create podcasts, and
or do write emails and things. But a lot of people do emails on their phone too.
Yeah.
But it's crazy how
play
far
games,
but how far drastically changed in like last 10 years, right? Last 10 years.
Yeah.
But then when you go back, how fast how civilization is going? We're going at like an exponential rate. Like, you know what I mean? Everything's just getting faster, and
even though it feels slow for me right now, but if you backtrack like 30 years, it's a big lot of things change.
But if you look at it back, like let's say 5 years. No, not even 5. 5 years. Yeah, I could say 5 years because look, smartwatches now. You know what I mean? Before a watch just told time. Now you actually have like a watch. You could take check your emails. Do like a whole bunch of things on a smartwatch. But before you wouldn't expect that. You remember watching Spy Kids, and the watch could do everything except for tell time. But like if you go back 10 years, I think that would be a better example. 10 years. I was using my laptop then, I wasn't or using my BlackBerry phone. I used to use my phone only to call people or just send text messages.
Yeah.
But now I do everything on my phone, on my social media, watch videos, watch movies. I do everything on my phone. Sometimes I don't even look at my damn television because I'm so busy on my phone.
Yeah.
But it's crazy, man, when you just see how far time has gone. I remember I used to care so much about having a big television and everything, but now I don't even care about it. It's just like whatever, it's just there.
I don't know. People are buying 4K TVs now, but I think it's an early investment.
Yeah.
It's like it's too early.
Because who knows?
This 4K PS4, but it's not. They're not gonna make any great games for it right now.
Yeah, but with times changing, you know what I mean? Who knows, man? Next year there might be a 10K television.
Anyways, let's take a short smoke break and we'll get back to it.
Okay, cool. Hello. Yeah, so we're back with Mo's box.
Anyways,
for people wondering how fast do we go for a smoke, I just basically paused the podcast, and then we just came back. So anyway, I think we left off at technology. That's where we're at.
Yeah. Whatever. I remember watching a Big Bang.
Yeah, Big Bang Theory.
Like I was flipping through a channel and Big Bang came on.
Yeah.
And I remember they were talking about teleportation.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No worries. Okay, yeah.
I remember talking about teleportation. They were talking about teleportation, and they were saying, like, I would never teleport because I think that once you teleport, they would be destroying your molecules and recreating you somewhere else.
I remember hearing about that. Yeah.
And I think that's true, Like, how else would you be able to teleport? It's probably by destroying you and rebuilding you somewhere else.
Yeah, and
it wouldn't be you.
Yeah, true. Probably you just died at that moment and then just created a new you.
Yeah.
Like, Ovi, you died and you got rebuilt over there.
Yeah.
And then that'd be a funny thing, you know what I mean? Like, you end up, or are you really Ovi or are you Ovi 2.0?
Yeah, exactly.
And but that's something to think about because, you're just teleporting from A to B, but how did you teleport from A to B?
Yeah. I think...
but no, I'll give you a good example. It's like a fax machine, right?
Yeah.
When you put in something in the fax machine, doesn't it print out whatever you put, or your piece of paper disappears and it goes?
No, they're pretty much creating a copy somewhere else.
Yeah, they're creating a copy somewhere else. So
but they're not really destroying what they're doing. I remember watching this anime, Gantz. It was pretty much about that,
Oh,
where where you die and they create a clone of you or a copy of you.
Yeah.
In a another world.
Yeah, and then they control you.
Yeah.
Or?
Oh well, some alien government race makes you fight battles for them and whatnot. But it's a good anime, you know. Like I remember watching the first episode and I'm like,
And
damn, I'm getting into this.
If I'm right, the first episode they found he went to go save somebody in the metro tracks,
Yeah.
but then he ends up dying.
Yeah, his head gets decapitated.
Oh damn! Because I don't. One of my coworkers was telling me to watch that anime. So that's one of the many animes on my list of things.
No, the
to do.
manga is great. I like the manga.
I think it would be better for me to read the manga because it go by a lot faster. I feel like I don't have time to sit down and watch animes.
But I think the anime is like what 12 episodes, 10 episodes.
Okay, then I'm just being a lazy person.
No, if you watch the whole thing, it'll make you want to read the manga. Like what happens next?
Oh, so the anime never finished.
It's pretty much a promo for the manga.
Okay, that's something cool. But I think this is a good place to leave off the podcast. Thank you, Ovi, for coming on to my most box.
Before we end it off,
okay, yeah,
the Mayweather and McGregor fight is like an hour away. And what's your prediction? Who do you want to win?
Okay, so now
so that way we could be like, yo, your prediction was right, you know?
Okay, so look, I got Mayweather winning the fight because it's a boxing match, right?
Yeah.
Since it's a boxing match, I give it the favor to the boxer. But if you look at it on a piece of paper, it's 49-0 versus 0-0.
Yeah.
Mayweather has 49 fights, 0 losses, and Conor McGregor has 0 fights in boxing and 0 losses in boxing. So if you just look at a piece of paper perspective, I give it to Mayweather. But since in the fight game alone,
since you bet on.
I bet on both guys.
I bet on both guys.
Yeah,
but the payout on McGregor is higher, so
it's high.
you want him to win.
Yeah,
but at the same time, you wouldn't be surprised if
Mayweather wins.
Mayweather wins.
No, but
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
No, but
I just want it to be a good fight.
I don't know, man. It's a show, man. It's not really the fight game because look, you have an MMA fighter versus a boxer, but it's basically trying to compare. What was a good example? Let's say the fastest soccer player. Versus Usain Bolt in a regular 100-meter race. The fastest soccer player is really fast when he's on the field, but when it comes to a traditional 100-meter race, Usain Bolt will destroy him every time. You know what I mean? But the difference is in the fight game, you have the puncher's chance. Conor McGregor has the puncher's chance, but that's the only thing he's going on. It's not going to be a technical fight. If he doesn't knock out Mayweather, he's not winning the fight. But he has that 1% chance he lands. But anyways, I bet on both guys. So, but if I have to choose an actual winner, I'm going with Mayweather because it's his game, and he's gonna go 50-0. But what's your prediction?
I think Mayweather as well, but I just think McGregor got in Mayweather's head, and he's gonna try to make make the fight look extravagant and play inside instead of playing outside.
Yeah,
and that's gonna screw up.
No, exactly. No, you're right with that because.
But other than that, Mayweather's gonna win.
Mayweather's gonna win. Okay, so we got our predictions here. I got Mayweather. You got Mayweather.
And your next podcast is probably going to be about the fight. Anyways.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be about the fight. So thank you, everyone, for coming, taking the time to listen to the podcast. Ovi, is there anywhere they could find you on social media if you want to share? If you want them to follow you on Instagram.
No, it's fine. I'd rather stay anonymous.
Okay, fine. He's going to stay anonymous. But anyways, people, please give it a thumbs up and share it if you guys enjoyed that episode. Thank you for listening to Most Box. Peace.